Oh wow, I feel left out of the family.
You should.
Me, Robyn.
You should.
Let me run. Let me run.
Please. The way we.
Not this.
Oh, am I going to be the only one left out?
Yes! Period.
I could use a pillow.
Oh my god. No, it's better than a Dr. Seuss book.
I'm about to say, we've had the Dr. Seuss book before,
Truly
so
and
yeah.
honestly, yeah, we've seen worse, so don't worry about it. Good evening, house guests, and welcome to The Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, thank you. I am currently drinking in this cute little new water bottle that I got specifically for like caffeine things. I'm drinking liquid IV because I needed caffeine, I needed nutrients, and it's a beautiful lemon ginger flavor, and I'm having a great time today. And I can connect to Wi-Fi in a hotel, so things are great today.
We love that for you because we did miss you when you were gone because of tacky Wi-Fi. But hello, everybody. I am
the
Lana.
people at the Ramada Inn in Rockaway, New Jersey. I'm coming for you. Go ahead.
Oh,
For all intents and purposes, that is a joke.
okay. Hello, everyone. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I myself am just drinking water because hydration is important, clear skin, and all that. And yes, new hair, who this, don't know you, don't see you, don't know you. But yeah, I'm here. So, let's do this. We're talking Big Brother, so I'm excited.
Yes. Hi. I'm Lewis. I'm a canny laddie, soon to be back in Manny. This is my first Big Brother US pod, I think, that I've been on the cup.
You don't do it here very often, so
I don't do
yeah,
it
that's
here.
right.
No, I don't come. Yeah, I'm not from these parts, but but
He doesn't go here.
He doesn't go here.
I think I'm very excited to talk about. This season had a good build, and I'm very excited to talk. I mean, that build got killed very quickly. We'll talk about it. But yeah, very happy to talk about it.
Hello, I'm Robyn, and I'm so excited to be helping to cover Big Brother this season because I'm usually on like Survivor, but I love Big Brother more, so I'm like, why don't I jump on in? I was hyped pre-season, and as the first episode premiered, I was hyped throughout, and then at the end it kind of died down, but I think after seeing everything that's conspired the last few days, I'm very intrigued and I'm ready to see how this season's gonna go. It's already messy, so we love that.
Anybody want cake? I'm just kidding. My name is Will Justice, the Virgo Vixen of New York, and future Big Brother, America's favorite player or winner, who knows? Both, we can make history again. And I'm very excited to talk about Big Brother this season because, like I said, preseason was great. I was sad that I didn't get to cover BP24, but thank God. Thank God we didn't cover it. But new season has come, new twists, new turns. Mother shows up. And today in my lovely cup mug, yes, Lana Creations at Etsy.com. I am drinking some Sprite Zero Sugar because I'm in my zero sugar era. Shout out to sugar.
Yeah, always get your cup mugs at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally, so you have no excuses. So everybody needs to get one because all the cool kids have one.
Mine is currently about 1,900 miles away, but I do own one.
Yes, you do, because you want to part of the cool kids. Yeah.
We're about to get a new cup merch soon at some point. So,
we will. We definitely will.
I'm like, that's all Lana. I'm like, I let Lana do it.
We need to get Brandon Wu one of those cup tank tops.
He does, yeah.
Okay,
We'll work on that. Anyway, Big Brother is
Big
back.
Brother.
Big Brother
It
is
is
back.
back.
Do we just get the big point out of the way at the
I
start?
mean, I'm ready to scream it because I've been waiting on this podcast to scream it from the
too.
mountaintops. Mother is here. Freaking.
Y'all, when I saw preseason rumors and then someone was like, Sari, I was like, okay, well, her son's in there. She's not gonna. Oh, she did.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, she
did.
Oh, she
did.
did.
Oh,
They gagged us, girl.
they gagged us good, girl.
I
Oh.
specifically didn't think this would happen because, okay, Jared wants to keep this on the down low. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, he looks like her son.
It's those
How has
genetics.
that not come up? How has that not? I didn't think Suri would go in because I thought, okay, that would be hurtful for his game, but she did it anyway. And I'm happy she's there. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that if it comes out.
Honestly, I was a little bit very gagged. I was like, okay, Claire, you're very delusional. Sari's definitely not going to be showing up on that screen. It's probably going to be Danny Reyes or something. And then once I saw
Which
somebody
would have
at the
been
bar,
very okay, by
yes.
the way.
Yes.
which would have been very okay, by the way. I was like, okay, I personally don't want Sari there because it's like I want Jerry to play his own game and whatever. But again, Sari is very well respected, so I'm glad she's here.
Not amongst the new BB fans.
Not amongst you new BB fans because grow up, I guess. I'm gonna need y'all to have some better views on how Miss Sari Fields is playing the game and how well she's doing in this house.
Also, I'm just gonna say this as a public service announcement to all of the people that are covering Big Brother, including us. Make sure y'all have names right because I'm tired of Sari being spelled with 2 E's and I'm tired of people referring to her as Lizzie. Her name is not Lizzie. Her name is Izzy. Get it correct.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm looking specifically at you jokers because y'all keep fucking up and it's disappointing, but okay. Anyway, premiere night happened. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the premiere episode as well as everything that has happened on live feeds up until Friday. Today's Friday. Friday afternoon. So we're going to talk about everything through the nomination ceremony that happened about an hour ago at this point. But that's all going to be at the end. So we will put up a spoiler situation for people that don't want to know spoilers. But we got to start with the new house. And Miss Julie Chen Moonves is back looking like Julie Chen Moonves.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to say this off the top. And I hated this premiere and how everything was so drawn out and so long and
literally
like it was the longest, driest, like boringest, drawn out premiere introduction I've ever seen in my entire life.
The unseasoned chicken of Big Brother premieres.
And because it was so drawn out, it felt like everything was rushed at the end.
Exactly.
literally.
Like,
why do we need to have so many? Like, first of all, why do we need to have them on the stage that whole time? Like, bringing out 8, letting them stand there, bring out 8 more. What happened to the 4? We do that thing. They go in the house, then they go in position. 4. Like you just keep doing that, and then but like we're drawn out, and then everything is a commercial break. And then why are we watching that same promo that we just watched when it came out the first time? The house guests don't care. I get they need to know that this twist is happening, but it would have been easier if Julie just told them.
Then show us a 30-second clip and save the whole thing for the actual episode. Like,
right. Why even release it days before? It was just
Like
Right.
you could have very easily done a max 30-second teaser, be like, oh my god, who's coming in the house? Or even
Right.
show Danielle, Brittany, and Frankie, but don't show the whole damn clip.
Right, just show them breaking in the house, and then we'll be like, okay, something's happening. Then we see the
Right.
whole thing on the show premiere night.
Right.
Like, that's so crazy. It was so long, so drawn out, so boring, and so unnecessary.
Positives. The house looks better than
I
most
love
of the
this
Yeah,
house.
houses.
I love that
I
house.
love this house.
I do think the house is
Love this house.
incredible. I'm like, oh, this
Something
house
I've
is
hated-
good.
Something I've hated about BBUS houses previously, they felt like they've had no life to it. This one feels like it proper has a life to it and a consistent theme. The one thing I've hated about BBUS, their promo themes don't reflect their house themes most of the
Right.
time, and now it feels like they've got a proper theme going on.
Mhm.
I mean, nothing is going to live up to my favorite BB house, which is the BB UK season where they did the English Garden. I don't remember what season that was, but that's my
Season
favorite house
18,
of all.
yeah.
The 18. I was like, that's my favorite house of all time. But I'm like, this house is cute, and we'll talk about the split in the bedrooms and things like that a little later on when we talk about the verses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big Brother is more versatile than I am. Shit.
Yeah. I will say I did like that they introduced 8 and 8 because the
Mhm.
4 and 4 was kind of getting a little boring and stale because they did that for a while because they used to do the 8 and 8. So I did like that, but they should have just let them go into the house. Like
Exactly.
4 and 4,
Right.
go stand inside for the competition and wait. You know,
And we'll give you more instructions later. Like, why
right?
are we?
That's just
we
they
coulda
sit awkwardly on the stage. I know that.
And then for them to only send them in the house 4 at a time. Like, you still sending them in the house 4 at a time. Like, oh,
They don't know
Lord.
how to do anything yet in the post-COVID era, so like,
Right. That's still
So ridiculous.
yeah.
I was so sure they were going to have an audience.
I did
Because
too.
they put tickets out, right?
I think they're doing it for evictions.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah,
I think it's only evictions. But on the topic of our beautiful, at this point that we're currently talking about, 16-person cast, let's start with Robyn. Go around. Who stood out to y'all in the intro packages?
Oh God, who said?
I would say give one name. One name.
Oh God, I'm just a stan for her. I'm a slut for her. Blue Kim, you know.
That's my person.
But of
Mother.
Oh, that's mother.
I'm just like I need her to fulfill me this season.
Ooh,
Oh, her.
in more ways than one.
No, just one.
Please.
Maybe.
Oh.
Got it,
Listen,
Robyn.
the one thing that was good about them standing on the stage for so long is that they got some close up and you could see the highlights and stuff on her eyes, like glimmering. And with Kirsten as well, I was like, face card not declining, honey.
Never declining.
Okay?
No.
No.
Yeah, but Blue Kim for sure stood out.
To
for me.
throw another name out, Nicole. Nicole, like, yeah, I got to no, there was a lot of those where I didn't get to know them. Nicole gave us fucking everything about them in that intro package, and it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will, what about you, darling?
Y'all already said two of the people I was gonna say. Definitely Felicia for me personally because I'm excited to see Felicia. As soon as she got announced, I'm like, okay, this is a Felicia Cannon Stan account. We're gonna be launching the Felicia Cannon every week. She's just a joy to watch already, and she's like, it's like amazing to see her, and like, you know, it's great to see amazing talented women. You know, even if they're of a certain age, you know, even why am I always freezing recently?
Your
Like, what the
fucking
hell?
internet connections of
I
a
don't
certain
know.
age at this point.
My internet connection is getting
know.
messed up. It's the ghost of BB Path.
I mean, to be fair, the first tweet that the Cup did tweet, go follow us on Twitter at the Cup Pod. The first thing we did tweet was we're standing Felicia, and guess what? I haven't deleted the tweet yet,
We don't need it.
and I probably won't.
It's not like how I was like rooting for like. It's not like how I was like rooting for some people from back in BB24 preseason and then during the season.
We don't need to talk about that preseason anyway. Lana,
Okay.
I'm changing the subject. Will, love you, but we're not talking about that preseason.
I'll be right back.
Ever again.
We're steering the conversation away.
We're steering the conversation away. Lana, other than the three people that were already mentioned, who I know stood out to you definitely, who else stood out to you in the intro packages?
I mean, I guess for me it'll probably be, if I can't say those three people who I wanted to say in the first place, because yeah.
You could. It's just repetitious, but you could.
I mean, right? It's repetitious. I mean, because Felicia was one that stood out for me because I'm like, old.
Yeah,
I'm the old broad on the cast, so I love to see another old broad on the cast. Period. And I'm like, I'm here for it, and she just makes me feel like she is my auntie and we at the family reunion, and we just chit chat, and we just sitting around her house, and she like gossip. Like watching her on these feeds right now is everything. When she walking around with her blanket wrapped around her and then her little scarf on her head, and I'm just like, baby, you are my auntie. You are. And the stuff she's saying, I'm like, I've heard my aunt say this stuff. Like, I'm hear my family say this stuff. I hear this, like all this stuff. I'm here for this life.
Her laugh is so infectious.
So crazy.
Oh God.
I can't get enough of that cackle. Her cackle is the best thing ever. I'm like, but if somebody else who stood out to me besides that was America, actually, I was not expecting to be like, okay, America, like I was, but I'm like, okay.
I had a feeling.
Although America is giving me nothing on these feeds. I don't even know where did she go, honey child.
Where is America?
She's in the cameraman's hiding. She's like,
America, we have a problem.
America, we have a problem. We don't see you, baby.
Anytime she does anything wrong this season, we're gonna be like, America, we have a problem.
We have a problem. I mean, like that. Between her and Luke, they are non-existent on feeds. I'm like, I don't see these people, and I watched hours upon godforsaken hours.
Wait,
of
Luke
feeds.
is not on the feed. Not my daddy. Not on the feed.
We don't see him at all. Honey.
I understand
that's
that.
On brand. That's on brand.
Yeah, Robyn, given your track record with white men, that makes sense.
No, listen, I saw his intro. You know what I should have said? He stood out too, because I saw his intro and I was like, oh, hey.
His intro, he is definitely not the same person on that picture. So
these pictures do these contestants wrong every
I will say, I'm only going to bring up one because everybody else did. I think the person that stood out to me most was actually Hisam.
Okay.
Because hello, burlesque, and I was like, as soon as I found out he was gay, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a
y'all
problem.
gays are a little thirsty.
Y'all are.
So here's the real issue with everything. Hisam is like my exact type, so it's gonna be really difficult this season. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I thought the intro packages overall, I mean, like, we got a lot from the intro packages from most of them just because we got literally crumbs from production prior. So, like...
Right.
But, we're moving in, and we're going straight to a challenge. It's like, okay, you can, like, be in the house for, like, a hot second, but then get your ass outside.
Go to the backyard.
Julie's like, go. I'm surprised Julie didn't come on and was like, house guests, I need you to hurry to your places outside.
Right. I was waiting for it.
Right.
Because that last group was like,
it's live.
That last group was like, oh, we're just going to wander through the Big Brother kitchen. Oh, wow.
The second group, Jared decided to fucking wander into the bedrooms.
I know. I'm like, Jared, it is not the time for this. This is a live move-in, people. But yes, so in each move-in group, they are all given like a color group, and then each one of them has to stand at a different one of 4 challenges in that color group so that no one from the same move-in group is competing in the same competition.
Right.
Yeah.
So once it takes 45 minutes to get through that, we finally get the challenges. And we get the establishment of the 4 universes that we are living in this year within the Big Brother multiverse, and that's the Scrambleverse, the Comic Verse, the Humiliverse, and the Scary Verse. Ooh.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Every time I think of the Scary Verse, all I want to say is just filth, horror, glamour.
And so some of these headlines on the newspapers for the Scrambleverse.
Oh my god!
Oh, Rachel and Jeff getting married. I cackled.
What was it?
You
Oh,
did
it
not
was
need a
like
Halloween reference.
Halloween
Nashville and
and
Halloween.
Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville. I'm
Yeah.
like, they are shading the fuck out of these people, and I lived for it.
I
That
love
whole
honey.
I did. They said Taylor self-evict because we ran out of potato chips. I was like, wait, stop.
You know,
We did
I
not.
feel like she might have.
She probably would have.
That
BBOTT
could've been-
renewed for a second season.
Now that was
Oh, I
wrong. Now that was
wish.
wrong. I'm gonna say that was y'all. I
No.
said y'all shading the fans
They're
with that one
teasing
because
us.
y'all.
They teasing
I'm
us.
like, because y'all know we wanted second season of OTT. Y'all know we do, but okay,
Right.
Anyway,
whatever.
so the first competition we have going on is in the Scrambleverse, and it is Jared, it is Nicole, it is Bojane, who I'm also very excited about, and it was another America.
Yeah.
That it was purely from memory, and I'm kind of impressed with myself. So,
Oh, then I
for
don't
the-
know. I'm just kidding.
No, I think it is. I think America clocked in first.
America won. America won the competition.
I'm joking.
So they have a fully constructed puzzle, and then they have to deconstruct the puzzle and put it back into the box.
Yeah.
So that's the whole tea with that.
Not I was so slow. I thought they had to rebuild that in the other box. I was,
Right.
I was so
Me too.
confused what they
I
were
fully I did not understand the comp until they started
Right.
doing it. But of
Literally.
note as well, this because of the Scrambleverse doing things,
They did things.
uncertain things, Julie's just like, the Scrambleverse is added again. I'm like, what do you mean, Julie? What the fuck do you mean, Julie?
Right. What
Now
do you mean
she's-
it's
now
Scramble
she's-
versus?
What do you mean the Scrambleverse is doing things?
The Jesus
Production
lady had me
is.
confused all season. The Jesus lady had me confused all night. I was like, Julie, what are we doing?
Jesus lady.
Not the Jesus lady.
She was stuttering over
Um,
her words. I'm like, Julie, I know it's been like a whole year.
No, it's been
Wait.
more than a year, but get
More
your
than a
shit
year
together,
now.
honey.
So someone needs to
Um,
be seven batteries.
But yeah, so so we're not competing for HOH, we are competing in a nomination competition, and the last person to complete each challenge is nominated, which means at the end of this premiere we had 4 people nominated for
It's
eviction.
giving BBUK.
It's serving BBUK.
Can I say I did like I'm not mad at this twist, how it turned out and how it shaped out and who was nominated. I didn't particularly like, but
Oh,
I
we
did
hate
like
the
how they
outcome, but the
switched it up.
I
the
was
concept is
pissed.
cute.
The
Right.
concept is cute, but I was pissed that night. My
No, I
timeline
was
was in shambles.
definitely. I was like, this is what we got. Like, what? Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In different groupings, it would have been better. It would have been better, possibly.
It-
maybe.
This is the part for me that I hate so much because I want to be like, I hate this. This is bull crap. Y'all know what y'all doing, Big Brother. I see how y'all do it, but this was so like fair and square. Like
No,
you
yeah,
lost.
definitely.
You
fair.
just lost.
I
So I'm
didn't
like,
Right.
it.
I didn't like it,
Fair.
and
I
I
didn't
and I
like it.
wanted. I wanted.
You picked the competition that
You
you want
Right.
to
to
do,
go.
and then you lost.
And so
Like,
that's
as-
why I'm like, as much as I want to be like, this is racist bull job, and how
Right.
dare you have all the black people in the bottom? And then
That's what I was saying. Liz.
I
That's what I was like,
can't
who
say
rigged this?
anything, but just like there is no
Except
rigging.
Nicole,
that-
you know, she ate that up.
she in her heels, by the way.
Heels.
In her
She
heels.
ran the way she ran.
someone needs
It's-
to find the clip of her running because someone edited it and it's fantastic, and I need
It's
it as
so
a reaction
good.
image. So someone please get it
I'll
for
send,
me.
I'll send
So
the photo of the
great.
reaction image though.
Thank you.
It's
Um,
so great, but yeah,
but
I
yeah.
can't even say it. I just got to be like, yeah, we just
Yeah.
lost the competitions, and
Right.
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah, no, Scrambleverse.
yes.
I think the idea of it being scrambled probably confused them because they thought, "Oh, we have to have this in a certain." No,
This
it doesn't.
was-
It just needs to fucking
This
fit.
was the most confusing competition.
Right.
Like
Right.
all the rest of them were like, we'll talk about it. Kick yourself in the butt. Hold on. Connect wires. This is like, what are we doing? Regardless,
Right.
America finishes first in this heat, and then Bowie Jane. And then Miko is running with her good heels because she put on her good heels for this. And
Yes,
then they're
she
like,
did.
they're making me run in these. And then
I
she
was like, they couldn't tell her to take off her like it might be best for you to take your shoes off. Like they
she
couldn't
did
tell her to
all
take
of the
her-
transferring of the pieces also in these heels. So like
Mhm.
props to Nicole. But
You
yeah,
know
so
what?
And then Jared.
Jared loses.
And then
Jared,
Womp, womp, womp.
At this point, I'm thinking, oh god, if people find out he's the son of a Survivor player, he's done for.
well,
Well,
Julie.
Well, Julie.
Somebody said he got
So-
his mama competition abilities, so you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
his mom's probably watching at home
unfortunately.
thinking, oh no.
Well, plot twist. So yes, Jared is the first nominee. We go to the second comp, which is in the Humiliverse, which also I do love the fact that every time you leave the have not room this season, you have to spin a wheel and then kick yourself in the butt a certain number of times.
And it's so
I've
fucking
honestly-
loud.
I would never go in that room.
They can
No,
hear
absolutely
the
not.
boot downstairs.
Right. I would. Yeah, they can hear the boot when it's doing it. They're like, "What is that?"
No.
Oh, that's somebody leaving the room. I would never, ever go in that room unless I
No.
have to be a have-not.
Unless
Then
I'm a
like-
have not, I'm
and
not.
then-
I'm not
and
strategizing
then
in
I
that
would never
room.
never be a have not.
I have
And
not
then I will
been-
only be in that room when it's time to go to bed. Like once
have
I
not-
leave, I'm never going back in there.
I have not
until I'm
seen
going to
Kirsten
bed.
step into that room once, and I can't blame her.
No, so this comp is Kirsten. Thank you. Or it's Kirsten.
It's Kirsten.
I think
It's
it's
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Kirsten, whatever.
I'm gonna say Kirsten, and when
Kirsten,
someone corrects me, they
yeah.
correct me. Great. It's Kirsten, Matt, Blue, and Hisam. It's Hisam, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other people are
kinda
saying
cute.
it wrong, but I'm like, oh, that's Daddy right there.
Mhm.
I'm like, when I saw those photos, I was like,
That's
oh my
Daddy. And then I
Oh,
found
he
out
was ready
gay.
for this competition.
Oh yeah, and
Right?
then
Did you
still
see him
only-
started thrusting, honey? I was like, oh,
Did
he's
you
got a
see
piece
when
in
he
the
was on
bottom.
that chair, just like, I'm ready. I'm just like, ooh. The gays, you would think that the gay would win this competition. No.
No.
I mean,
Not
he
even
wasn't
close.
too far behind.
Probably
He wasn't that
about-
far
Wasn't
behind.
too far behind. But no, you're just going up against what you don't know to be an Olympic swimmer. So
Right.
Right.
Who trains all the time,
by
all
the
year
way,
round.
loving Matt. Loving Matt.
Dealing with Matt right now.
He's
I think he's
he's
sweet
there.
and lovely.
You haven't been watching the live feeds,
Oh no.
so therefore you don't know.
Okay. Well,
He's existing.
he's existing.
He's
okay.
Some of the
he's
people he's-
existing, and unknowingly getting in between people he don't even know. But
Right.
we'll talk about that when we talk about live feeds.
Yeah.
So yes, so Matt wins. Hisam is in a very close second, and then Blue. Thankfully, could y'all imagine if Blue was on the block week one? No.
I mean,
Oh,
no, I didn't want to see Blue or Kirsten in there, but I'm
I
like,
didn't
this
want-
challenge was not for them.
It wasn't.
No.
This
it
challenge
wasn't.
just was not for them. Like, I don't know
Also-
why they. Yeah, no.
It looked like Blue's boot was breaking apart halfway through. I don't know if that. was
Yeah,
just me.
literally. I saw that. But yeah, so that means that Kirsten is our second nominee.
And
And we
they
moved-
didn't need to have that fucking loser graphic. Right
Loser
there.
I
Right.
know. I'm like,
That
well,
was
it is
bad.
the Humiliverse.
I
So I guess
know,
it makes
but
sense, but
It felt like
disrespectful.
It felt
So-
harsh.
We move to the third group, and it is Felicia, Jag, and I don't remember who else was in this competition.
Izzy and
Izzy,
Is he coming?
and Cameron.
Cameron, thank you very much. And Julie had this whole story. I don't care. Instead of diffusing a bomb, you're setting off a bomb
Mm-hmm.
of goo.
Of
You're
goo.
setting off a bottom of goo and saving the.
Saving the
Sorry, what?
universe.
How are you saving someone by setting off? Anyway,
And you're saving yourself from being nominated. That's what you're doing.
That's
And Jag
killed
smoked.
everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Done. Smoked salmon, done. And then it was
So fucking
Cameron shortly after, and then Izzy shortly after that, and Felicia didn't stand a single chance.
I was like,
No.
Can I say though, they were standing there for a while, so I don't know if they were thinking about how to maneuver this challenge at the same time. I hope they were, because Jack did that really fast. I could see him already had the thought in his head ready to go.
Yeah.
Jack had the formula.
But
Yeah,
so,
the time advantage definitely helped.
So Felicia is our third nominee, and we unfortunately have 3 Black people on the block in week 1, which is just
Mom.
I was like, this is so like
Kyle is somewhere smiling.
He's like, no cookout, whatever.
I was like, Kyle was somewhere out there with Gronder planning this out.
He's smiling and Alyssa Lopez like, yeah, y'all got us. All the people who was, everybody in the pre-jury
wait, did you say Alyssa Lopez?
Yeah, all the ones who was not in the cookout sitting somewhere like, yes, we got those Black people. They was like, we making sure one of y'all going home this week. Period. And period.
So
y'all know, I ain't lying.
You're not. And then we move to the scary verse. Ooh.
And the only reason a Black person is not losing this challenge is because we are not in it. Period. Jesus Christ.
So this comp is Riley, Corey, Red, and Luke.
Yep.
And you have to hold on ?
Right.
Someone definitely let go.
I mean, I didn't know they didn't specify both hands had to let go or just one.
Right.
This one was stupid.
Yeah, this one was
stupid. And
this
also,
one, go ahead.
I was going to say, this one is one where we can't guarantee that production aren't doing anything.
Exactly.
Like,
how do we know how hard you pulling everybody else?
We literally didn't even see Corey lose this competition.
Right. We didn't.
Right.
It was cut to Luke, and then all of a sudden, Corey's dropped off. So yes, our noms at the end of the premiere are Felicia, Corey, Jared, and Kirsten. What we find out at the end of the episode is that there is still going to be an HOH in this week. We know what their power is now, and we'll talk about that in the live feed spoiler. And there is going to be a power of veto.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and at this point, Corey's in the nether region.
And at this point, Corey's in the nether region, only to reappear 6 hours later.
Right.
So
maybe him and the Demogorgon had a chat, and then that was it.
Well, and apparently, this isn't really a spoiler of anything. Apparently, he can't say much about what happened. So I don't know if we're going to see something on Sunday's episode, which we'll be talking about on Monday. I'm very excited about it. But like, I don't know whether he like got a power, got it like a punishment. Like he can't talk about it. Like we don't know what happened yet. So they'll probably leave it open-ended because guess what? That's what Big Brother does. But whatever.
Can I say that I was so excited when Corey got dragged? I was like, period. If y'all don't know, I'm starting a hate campaign. Not a hate. I don't hate Corey.
Not
but I'm just
hate.
Like, it would be funny if he just went home first like his brother. No hate to him. I'm sure he's very
He would
nice,
go home
sure
17th just like his brother.
Right. That would be so iconic, I think. Just you and your brother.
I'm kind of in a similar boat. I think it would be funny. I'm not against Corey, let me make that clear. But also,
oh no, me neither.
If he makes it past week 2 and doesn't do any problematic shit, I'm gonna be like, you know what, you go, Corey.
Right.
And
I also, well, we're gonna talk about Siri and everything, but I also see him as a very smart player, and if there's somebody who's gonna come after somebody like Siri, is definitely him. So it makes me nervous
to go.
It's interesting because recently his the archetype of play that he is does go that early because they always do get perceived to be exactly that. smart. Cameron was someone who we thought was going to be smart, and he got fucked. Like
BB19 Cameron. Let me make
Yeah.
that. We have a Cameron this season. We have to start
Right,
saying
yeah.
again.
So at least since Ian, I haven't seen that archetypal player that do well.
Yeah, for me,
I mean,
it's like
Michael.
Corey coming after
Let me see
Serene.
Michael.
Oh, Michael. Yeah, Michael last year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Michael went pretty far, but that's because he won a lot.
Right.
He like tied the record. Like
With
he tried the
that
record.
lady.
I thought he beat the record now
He beat the record.
Oh, he beat.
Yeah.
I didn't watch much of BB24.
because he won like 6, I think.
Right.
Great.
He won so many comms.
And then we go inside, or Julie's like, head on inside. And Sari is just waiting there serving champagne. Now, I want to talk at length about the varied reactions to Sari. Because I'm going to be honest, most of these people did not have a goddamn clue who she was.
Who she was.
No.
I have no
Right.
idea.
Not a single clue who she was. But you know who did know exactly who she was?
Is he?
Izzy.
Felicia?
Is he?
No, because Izzy went straight. The last shot we get in the episode after Julie says, "Be kind and love one another," or whatever the hell her quote was this week. I don't know. We see Izzy and Jared in a pinky promise in the hallway.
Right.
So I'm very excited to see Sunday's episode because I know they're probably gonna show the whole thing because Izzy clocked immediately, and we have confirmation of this now.
Yes.
Izzy knows exactly who Sari is and knows exactly who Jared is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of obsessed with that. I'm like, I'm glad at least someone knows.
Right.
Thankfully, let's go lesbians.
Right.
I'm surprised Corey doesn't know, but whatever.
Corey did know.
Yeah, he knew who Sari was, but
he knew what Sari, but he didn't know about Jared.
He doesn't
The
know
only
that
person
he's
that
not-
knows the only person that knows that there's a connection between Sari and Jared is Izzy.
Izzy, yeah.
So, and honestly, based on what I've seen of Izzy, I don't see Izzy using that against either of them anytime soon.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
So,
Not anytime soon, but when it needs to be, she will.
When they-
when her back is against the wall, she might have to. But
that's why I need her to go.
If her back's up against the wall, I can't blame her for that. But
Right,
like,
she knows too much.
I don't want that to happen. Obviously.
But if it happens, I need it to be taken out on Jared and not Sari. Like, get Jared out of the way. Like, take Jared out.
I don't
Jared,
think it will, but
honestly, I mean, I don't really care. I just want Jared,
actually,
honestly,
because
it could.
There is kind of maybe the potential that, like, in an alternate universe, multiverse, in an alternate universe where they find out, they evict Jared, and everyone, it's like literally the house versus Sari. I love Sari Fields to death. Let me make that very clear, and I'm so thrilled she's in this game. I don't think she really has a shot at most of the comps.
Ooh.
I think she's got a shot at some of them. I think she has a better shot at Big Brother comps than she does at Survivor comps.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
like,
we've just never seen Sari be great at competitions. That's just never been her forte. So I'm intrigued to see what happens with her competing in comps because yes, Sari is the 17th house guest to join this season, and as far as we're concerned, she might not be the last.
No, could be one more.
Kind of up in the air. Julie never said that Sari was the last person. So I see something a la BBUK again, where they bring people in like midway through the season, which in a BBUS format I don't love.
I mean, we've had
unless it's next Thursday's eviction.
Right. That's as late as because BB can do that. Like they bring someone, and that I'm fine with that. But any later than that, then no.
You can't have midway and then bring in another house guest because they won't have a chance because these people have bonded. They know each other.
Right.
All they go do is turn around and be like, get this one out. Unless you bring them in like you did Paul and be like, here, now you have several weeks of safety, which I would hate because that's so annoying for one person to come in and have weeks on weeks on weeks of safety.
And to clarify as well, Sari doesn't have any sort of safety.
No, she has no safety.
She is just another house guest in this game that just so happens to be a 2-time reality game winner and a 4-time
Right.
Survivor loser.
This is not a BB19 poll situation.
I will say, on the note of Paul, they are looking very attractive as of recently. I'm just going to throw that one out.
Oh no, T.
They're
I-
hot. They've always
And
been
so-
hot.
I want to talk about the Cirie Fields of it all real quick.
Please do.
Because everybody is like so worried about Cirie Fields and like, oh my God, Cirie Fields is going to come into this game and do what Cirie Fields does. Cirie Fields played Survivor. Cirie Fields played Traitors. Cirie Fields played Snake in the Grass. Cirie Fields has never played Big Brother. Big Brother is the game of a whole different beast. Now, Survivor is a very physically challenging game with the mentality of you don't eat well, you don't sleep well, you don't have this. Your mental is challenged in a whole other way than what this is in Survivor. Now, Big Brother is something totally different from Survivor, and she ain't never win Survivor. So to think she gonna come into Big Brother and just automatically say, "Oh, she's gonna win if she's here," that's not the case. Because number one, you are full. You do have food on a regular basis. Sure, she's going to be fully, able to eat and sleep in mostly comfortable places, But the mental is still something totally different. At least in Survivor, she's outside. She's getting fresh air. That is a factor. You're getting fresh air. You're getting, you're not just stuck inside these same four walls, listening to the same people, talking about the same things over and
Which
over.
they're already doing, and we're
over
3 days in.
over again. And you don't have anywhere to go. Like if on the island, they can just walk off for a minute, sit at the edge of the beach while everybody else just go sit somewhere. If you just need that moment of quiet, peace, they can go sit somewhere on the island away from everybody and get that moment of solitude. There's no solitude in the Big Brother house. There's nowhere for you to go where somebody just can't walk up on you and interrupt your solace. So it's like the mentality is just different. And yeah, I think Cirie is a great player in all the things that she did, in all the games that she's played. And she showed that she has some skills that a lot of people just don't have. But to automatically be like, oh, she don't deserve to be here because she already played Survivor. That's like saying we don't need to play no other games than the games we played before. Like you can play different games and do real great in one game and horribly flop in the next.
Right.
May I remind everyone that Hayden from BB12 played Survivor.
And
this is not the first time. This is not the first
Caleb.
time. I was going to say, this is not the first time that things have happened like this within the universe. It's the first time that Big Brother is bringing in a Survivor player because they did it with Amazing Race.
Like we've had plenty of, of course. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, of course, you have people on Amazing Race. You have people on the challenge, of course. We've had so many people on the challenge. It's too hectic at this point.
But we've never had a Survivor player on Big Brother, and I think it's about time. And who else do you start with other than Cirie Fields?
If not Cirie, I did actually have one other recommendation that I think would have been absolutely incredible given this cast.
Parvati?
No. Michaela. Could you imagine Michaela in this house? It would just be chaos. And I would love it.
I think chaos would be something. I don't know if Michaela's temperament is okay for the Big Brother house.
I don't think so either, but I think
the Big Brother house it was something else. It would drive her crazy. It would drive me crazy. And I think I'm a mild-mannered person, but it would drive me crazy.
I will say, I'm gonna be just brutally honest here, and I'm gonna preface this by saying Cirie Fields is my favorite Survivor player of all time. I am so incredibly thrilled that she's on this season, and I'm so excited to get to talk about her on a reality show again. Cirie's not winning this season. There is not a single shot that Cirie's going to win this season.
Maybe she might surround herself as a BB herself.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say not a single shot.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say not a single shot.
That's fine. For me, I don't see a universe where Suri wins.
That's why this is a multi-universe. That's why this is a multi-universe.
You know what? You're so right. In the universe that I'm currently existing in, I don't think Suri can win. Will that change? Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is the thing. One thing about Suri, I'm sorry, Robyn, I'm gonna stop talking.
No,
One thing I know
you're good.
about Suri is that she finds a way to make people trust her and make people want to work with her. And even if they're like, "Oh, we know who she is, we know she's dangerous," but for some reason, I want to work with her. I want to trust her. And I feel like if she just gets the right group of white person at the right time to protect her at that moment, like she's going to have to play this game moment by moment. She can't play weeks in advance like everybody else. She can't look for, oh, wait, by the time we get to jury, this is what we do. She has to play this game moment by moment. And as long as she gets somebody in power, in some kind of power position who's going to protect her at that moment, she's going to be okay. Now, once she does find herself in trouble and baby on the block, then Suri feels is going to have to step up and do what Suri can do to make sure she could stay. And I think she has that skill set to actually do that.
Yeah, I agree, Lana. I also think that, like, you know, I will say, like, I do like Suri on the season, but, you know, I wish it was just all newbies. But, you know, I'm in the same boat of, like, she's played a lot of these games. She's played a lot of Survivor. She's played Traitors and stuff. So I would have loved to see, like, a newer face. It's the same with Drag Race. I'm just like, can we get some newer girls, newer queens? But I do love Suri. I'm excited to see her gameplay just on the scale of Big Brother, where we could actually see everything on the feeds, how she's maneuvering. I think she's maneuvering so well right now. Like, of course, people already view her as a threat because she has been on Survivor and stuff. But also, I don't think people are noticing the seeds she's sprinkling, everything that she's doing right now, because she is working that social game. She's getting everybody to trust her. And trust me, give her a little more, and she's going to be getting everyone by the leash, by the collar, you know. They're going to be
beating them out the palm of her hand.
For sure.
Wonderful.
She's definitely making jury.
And this is the thing. This is still a newbie season. She has never played Big Brother before.
No,
so she is technically she is a newbie. So this still is an all newbie season.
No, you're right. Technically, yes.
I find the irony between the multiverse twist and letting Siri at this point is like the Thanos of social strategy games. She's collecting appearances, like
period.
Also, 25th anniversary, which it is not the 25th anniversary. I hate this. The 26th season is the 25th anniversary.
It's literally the 24th anniversary.
Right, exactly.
I mean, we all forget BB9 exists, so it's fine.
I would have been upset if, well, not upset, but I feel like they should have had some sort of something like this where they bring and it didn't. And I'm glad it's not a BB legend, but it's a legend. And I'm glad they brought someone in to represent the 25th anniversary celebration. That's 24 years. Anyway.
Right. So that's the episode. We are now going to move into our live feed segment of the program. So if you do not want to be spoiled on what's been happening in the last 3 days in the Big Brother house, goodbye. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on all the things. Goodbye. Bye-bye. We're giving you 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm going to do a very quick overview of the logistical things that have happened so far in the house. So it's going to be very quick, and then we can kind of just talk about whatever on live feeds that we want for like a good, cute little 20 minutes, and then wrap up the episode because I think that'd be cute. So we had, as we talked about in the episode, we had Felicia, Corey, Jared, and Kirsten up on the block. The house guests did play the HOH competition. From what we understand, none of the noms competed because they're on the block. We do have an HOH, and our HOH is Riley.
Not you spelling it like the Denmark.
That's how she spells it.
No, it's double L. No E on the end.
Anyway,
Well-
I should know that. That's how I spell my middle name. So
There we go.
Riley. So Riley is our HOH. We find out that her power for this week is to remove 2 of the nominees from the block instead, because we're in the scramble verse still. Woo.
It's an unnomination ceremony.
Right.
It is literally an
Unnominated.
unnomination ceremony. So,
Which,
so 2 people were taken off the block.
yeah.
And then the veto, to our knowledge, will still happen the same way that it does with the 2 final initial nominees. I use final in quotations for our audio listeners. Quote, final initial noms, plus Riley as the HOH and 3 other people chosen at random. At the time that we are filming this, we do know who was taken off of the block by Riley. And so our current noms are Felicia and Kirsten.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boo.
Boo.
I didn't care if Kirsten was up there, but I just wanted Corey up there. I needed Corey up there.
I
Riley,
needed.
Oh God.
go ahead.
First of all,
Go ahead. No, Will, you were saying.
No, you can go ahead.
No, because I have a lot. So
I'll
right.
go ahead.
I'll say my notes for sentiment, and then I'll let Lana speak. Riley had the funniest thing. Riley had the biggest opportunity to do the funniest thing she could do by keeping Corey on the block. Go ahead, Lana.
I have slight reservations about Riley right now. I have thoughts, and she is interesting. I'm not trying to count her out completely, but I am
Same.
slowly losing traction with this woman.
Same.
Lewis.
I was gonna go weird. I'm gonna reel it back.
Right?
Corey really struggled to get insulated when he came back in the house, and I'm thinking maybe he was gone long enough for everyone to already establish where they want to be in the game, maybe, possibly.
No, that's not that. I wouldn't say that that's the case at all, given the fact that we had an alliance form and basically break up within a day.
Oh, I mean, yeah, fair.
So I don't really think anyone. I think there is one, or no, I'm going to say there are 2 100% secure alliance. No, 3. I lied several times. 3 100% secure alliances right now in this game,
Right.
and that's it. And I think and they're all duos, in my opinion.
Another reason why he probably isn't getting as much trust, maybe there's that suspicion that he got something whilst he was down in the Julie's
Totally.
nether region.
Not Julie's. No.
No.
You're a Christian woman. We don't say that.
No. That is a woman of God. Lewis, how dare you?
How dare you?
That is a woman of God. How dare you?
Anyway. Yeah, I really didn't. I like Corey. He's innocent. He's done nothing wrong, but just on circumstances, he needed to have gone there.
It feels like Jody Light. That's honestly kind of what this feels like. Is like, no, he didn't go home, but like, no, this is more Sam Light. This is like, oh, we're not completely like pushing you out, but like at least he's not a robot.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Am I upset with how the noms are currently shaken down? Absolutely. Do I understand them from what has been happening in the house? Yes. I do kind of get that. I will say one other thing really quick, and then Lana, I know you probably have thoughts on that. When I'm referring to the three duos that I think are 100% locked, and other than the obvious Suri and Jared, the 3 that I'm thinking of immediately are Izzy and Jared, Suri and Felicia, Jag and Riley. Those are the only 100% secure alliances, at least from what I've seen. Because we had an alliance of 5 form and break basically in one day.
And those first 2 that you mentioned are pretty like solid with each other. Like
they're all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's interesting because I think with this, Riley's HOH for me is shaping out to be so crazy, wild, almost on that Frenchie level of wild and crazy, because she's doing what you definitely are not supposed to do when you're HOH, and that's promise everybody the world, the
Promise too
moon,
much,
like promise
right?
so much. And as the first HOH, and all you're doing is taking people off the block. You're not even putting people up unless the
Right.
veto is used. All you need to do is sit back and let the information come to you. Let the deals come to you, and you can make what deals you want to take and what deals you don't want to take, and you get all this information. You don't have to say much. As HOH, you're like, so what are you thinking? That's my start off question, and let them go from there. And if they like try to turn around on me, like, I don't have to answer to you because I'm the HOH. You have to answer to me. This is just how the power shift works. And
What are you thinking, or how are you feeling?
Yeah, what are you
Right.
thinking? What's in your head? What do you think I should do? And let that go, and let them tell you who, so you can see what the dynamics of the house is. So you can see who is throwing who under the bus, and where allegiances are lying. And I feel like she's just doing so much. Like her initial statement, like she wanted to pull Corey and Jared off the block in the first place. That was what she initially wanted to do. But then she started talking to people, and everybody was kind of like, "Oh, we don't really trust Corey because Corey done went through this nether region place, and we don't know what he got, and I don't know if we should try to do anything."
If you want to do that, don't say this one's for the girls.
Right.
That's
That
because your words aren't making sense with your actions.
right. You'd be like, this one's for the girls, and then turn around and leave the girls on the block. Like, that's ridiculous. But then then she's like, but then you're telling everybody, oh, you're good. Oh, you're safe. Oh, you're great. Oh, don't worry about it. I got this. Da, da, da. I don't know. I'm not digging her HOH thus far. If you are just going to do what you were going to initially do, then you should just did it. Like that's all you should have done in the first place.
I definitely have to agree. With you, Lana, because this is Frenchie's Funhouse Part 2 the remix, and it's getting worse. Because if I remember correctly, back from BB23, Frenchie said that you're cool. I'm not gonna put a woman or a person of color up for a nomination, and then boom, who were the first noms?
A woman and a person of color. But
both of them happen to be people of color.
Right.
A woman and a person of color.
What were you so excited about, Lewis? You just seemed like you just got some tea.
Sorry, feeds right now. Blue's giving Felicia a face massage.
Fabulous! Thank you for the up-to-date information.
I was cracking up, but I also love that. Anyway,
I mean, Blue has always said that is her
right.
love language. She's the first act of kindness kind of, and she likes to do things. She loves cooking for people. She loves doing facial massages.
I love the position that Blue's in right now.
Everybody want to work with Blue.
Everyone wants to work with Blue. Blue's not needed to say much, not needed to do much. She's pretty safe without having to do anything. And
yeah, this week she should just be chilling.
Just chill. Right. The only person who really right now needs to do anything, well, she's already done too much, but she needs to she needs to win the veto if she wants to stay in this house, and that's Kirsten. Kirsten needs to win the veto.
I just hope with even if Kirsten wins the veto that they don't target Felicia. I just need that.
No, because I feel like they'll put up either Mimi or and this is where it will get crazy, and this is where I'll have a problem. If Kirsten wins, and then you sitting in your nice little self turn around and say, "Oh yeah," then Mimi's the obvious choice. Why is Mimi the obvious choice? Then I will come back with my statement.
Right.
Yeah, then I will come back with my statement that I wish I could have said during the nomination competitions, because I'm like, now you're doing this purposely when Corey is sitting right there, when Red is sitting right there, people who are not in your alliance.
Luke is sitting right there.
Corey is in her alliance. I think she wanted to work with Corey, but Red is sitting right there, and Heisem is sitting right there, and Jared is sitting right there. Like, people who are not in your core alliance is sitting right there, but you go for
right.
She said she was for the girls.
Well, and that was gonna be my point, is like Jared and Corey can still be renoms, correct?
Can
I
they?
think so.
I
might
don't
be
know
wrong.
if we know.
don't know.
I honestly,
we
I don't know
know.
if we know that information.
I hope
but,
so.
but
We don't know.
yeah. So what we saw the first day of feeds, I was talking about the 5-person alliance that broke up and died within a day. That was the
or something like that.
Phalanx 5, which was originally Riley, Kirsten, Luke, Matt, and Jared. Unfortunately, things started going around because there was also a like core 4 alliance with all of the black women that I think would have been incredible. All of the information started getting out that Kirsten is in like she's in like 4 different alliances at this point because she's doing whatever she can to save herself. And unfortunately, she's kind of at the point where it's like she overplayed way too quickly.
I'm just trying to forget names now. I was like, who was mad? I'm like, okay, never.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw that pretty much form and die within a day.
Like, I get it. The paranoia of I've literally just stepped in here and I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. But when it's that quick, people are gonna be thrown off because they haven't had time to fucking sit down. They haven't had time to.
Literally,
they've barely had time to explore the house before being thrown into this shit. So I get it. But I think that paranoia of her being like, we don't know for sure if she set that up. I mean, people are saying she set it up, but we don't know for sure if she set it up. That could have been just something that was said to throw her under the bus. I don't think people should. I think people were looking into it a bit too deep.
Yeah.
I missed that last part. What were they looking at too deep? I'm sorry.
Like curse the Phalanx Alliance thing.
Oh.
We don't know. I was saying we don't know for sure if Kirsten set it up. People are saying Kirsten set it up. We don't know for sure if that's true.
Because we didn't. The first thing we saw on feeds was the 5 of them
exactly
and like meeting up. So
it could have been that it could have been that she was there. It's pure circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's crazy how everybody has a problem with her starting up an alliance, but nobody has a problem with them starting up their own alliance. Like that whole scary room was just in there like, we're going to work together. And it's like, oh, well, nobody's like, oh, this is starting up an alliance. No, but she starts up an alliance and it's like, she's trying too hard. She's doing too much. Now, I ain't going to say she ain't doing too much because she is doing too much. But it's just weird how we going off on one person for doing the same thing everybody is doing and what you're supposed to do when you play these games. Right. You're supposed to start up alliances. You're supposed to get with people to try to further your game. But Kirsten, my girl, I love her. I want her around just because she's entertaining on these feeds. Like she is everywhere. She is talking to everybody and she is doing everything. And some of her stuff, I'm like, you don't have to say that, girl. Just like right now, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, her conversation that she had with Sari and the conversation she had with Hysom, all about Matt and Riley and her and this triangle of that it's supposed to be forming. But I'm like, it's day 2.
It's day
freaking 2. Like, how are we having a love triangle on day 2? Like, y'all don't even remember each other's names half the time, and we having a love triangle on day 2. And I'm like, is she completely wrong that Matt was giving? They was clicking. No, her and Matt did have this thing. They would go, back and forth. I think they couldn't have kind of liked each other, but further along, and then they and Riley now is interested. And I'm like, even if that's the case, it's day freaking 2. Why are you going around talking about a love triangle on day 2? And like, I hope she's not a hater like that. I just hope she's not like, and you're telling multiple people, like you should have kept that information to yourself. Like,
Right.
if you think that she's a hater, if you think she's going after Matt because you like Matt or whatever, that's information you keep to yourself until you know for sure that that's
It's
what's
like we
going
just
on.
met. It's like we just made cover. We just moved into the house. Yada yada yada. Why
Like,
do we have
relax.
to like one day too? Let's keep it
Relax.
calm. Let's just get to know each other's names.
Because they still call each other by the wrong names. And then, so I'm like, just keep it cute.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just think this is wild. I don't know if I've seen a more confusing live feeds in 2 days than I have seen thus far.
Confusion.
And it's so bad. Like, I love that they're all trying to play the game because they're doing that. They are strategizing, they're gaming, they're coming up with things, da da da. We love that. But it's very confusing because they're acting like we are at the jury phase already, and we haven't evicted the first person yet.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
They're acting like we just finished Beto already when we haven't even started. We haven't even done Beto yet.
We haven't had a competition yet.
They can't keep this up for 100 days.
You know, if they
Somebody
do, at
go
least
cry.
it gives us stuff to talk about. But
Somebody's gonna lose their mind in 100 days doing it like that.
Someone's
wanna
gonna
talk-
walk it in 100 days. Go on, Logan.
I wanted to bring up the big alliance that I guess is in the process of forming.
It's been formed.
The one with Sari?
Oh no. The 8-person alliance that's formed.
8?
Talk on that, Lana.
So our lovely HOH has been coming up with this alliance.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go eat and
Bye.
because I'm very
Bye,
hungry
darling.
right now. But I love you
Okay.
guys. I hope to see y'all next week.
Bye.
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 Yeah, Riley has started her alliance. She started with her ride or die, Jag. They are ride or die, their final 2 that they already said.
I do honestly like this pairing.
Yeah.
It's
They're
interesting.
fine. They're interesting. They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. I don't have a problem with them. And I don't mind people coming up with their final 2s like that. Like, they're interesting.
Mhm.
And I'm not mad at it. But it's her, Jag, and Riley. And then they brought in Blue, Matt, and Luke. They're the 5. They're called them the handful. They're the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Cameron, Jared, and America.
I think
So
so.
yeah, America makes the 8.
Oh, they found her?
Where is
Where
America?
is America? I think America is only seen by the people in the house. We don't see
Right.
them. But yeah, so that is the 8 that's formed
That's good for Jared.
with the safety bubbles of Sari and Felicia and Heisem.
The safety bubbles. So when we say safety bubbles, they were talking about having one for each of them, right?
I'm guessing the safety bubble is they can be collateral damage if need be.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm rarely seeing Heisem in the edit too, like in the live feed stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that kind of leads me to the other thing I was going to talk about is like the side. We're getting a split house this season.
Oh,
which
for
I
sure.
am thrilled. I'm
Oh, for
so excited. I love a split house. But on the other side of that house is kind of this group, I'm going to say 6
Mhm.
at this point that is forming around Sari.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And that's obviously Sari and Jared.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plus Heisem, Felicia,
Yeah.
and Heisem and Sari were talking last night, and they want to bring in Izzy and Bo
Mhm.
Jane.
Bowie Jane.
Mhm.
That's a fierce ass alliance right there.
Alliance.
If they can
As
win
far-
stuff.
I was gonna say, as far as comp wins are concerned, it does give me a little bit of the Hive flashbacks, but I'm not gonna say that for certain yet because I'm hopeful.
Yeah. We're only
I'm
on day 3.
hopeful. It's only day 3. So that's kind of where we're at. Like the long and short of it is that's just kind of where we're at. It has been an incredibly busy couple of days. And me trying to catch up on these feeds, was not possible. I was like, what the f is happening?
Has a cast ever played this quick? Like I don't
Well, 22.
Then again,
Okay, I mean,
then
yeah,
again,
they were
they were all
playing
stars.
before they even went in.
Exactly. As far as like the difficulty is, we don't normally get a lot of these first week antics because live move-ins are only a very recent thing. So seasons could have been this crazy prior, and we just would have had no clue.
Right.
24 this early in was very, very much so like this. It'll
Yeah.
mellow out after someone goes.
Yeah, it will. I think once we get the veto, and once we get somebody eliminated, it'll start to settle, and it won't be as chaotic because people start to know who they are and where they want to play, who they want to play with. So
yeah,
it'll mellow.
So we're also pretty sure that the schedule is going to be the exact same as it normally is. So veto comp should happen tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes, on the
veto meeting should happen Monday. Afternoon. I'm assuming like kind of probably right before we go to film our Monday episode. So we should have that information, or it's going to happen during our filming. So that's kind of that.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we have nothing. That's really it. So y'all know what to do. We're here. You're on YouTube. Do all the YouTube things. Push all the buttons. Say you support this podcast. Monday and Friday, 9 Eastern is when we will have our videos out to you about Big Brother. That's our weekly schedule. So please,
as long as YouTube uploads it in a decent amount of time.
Right.
Period.
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube. But yeah, follow us on all of our social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. At the Cup Pod. And then you could just follow us because we're kind of cool people, and we're probably talking about Big Brother on our own personal feeds as well. So follow us there. And then of course, get your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And you can get all of your cup merch there. And that's it for me. That's it, right, Logan?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Expect the unexpected.
And someone is always watching.
In a house like no other. It's not like any other house. It's
because it's a studio lot in Los